Scores, welcome back. Welcome back to. Oh, come on. It's on? Oh. Scores, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, man. We're a little late today. We had some minor difficulties getting everything set up, but if you here, you locked in, I'm glad you stayed, you stuck around. We definitely appreciate it. We had a pretty good weekend, You know, how about you, E? How about you, E? What you been doing this weekend, bro?
It was a cool weekend. You know, there was a Drake event going on.
Is a who event?
Drake event.
Drake event, what's what?
It was like they were just playing Drake songs all night.
And you went to that?
Of course.
Close that door. You went to a Drake event?
Yeah, bro.
Is it like the event where like y'all all dress up like Drake?
Nah.
Is it one of those?
Nah, it wasn't one of those. They were just playing Drake songs all night, bro.
So you're a big Drake fan?
Of course, bro.
Okay, all right. I like Drake too. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like what extent you kids go to show your love for Drake. You know what I mean? Let me ask you this. Would you dress up like Drake? Like, would you, like, if it was a competition, and they like, yo, the best Drake impression, right? We'll give you $5,000. $5,000 for the person that's going to dress up like Drake and do it the best. Would you do it?
Nah, I wouldn't do that though.
No?
Nah, I'm not that much of a.
All right, 10,000. 10,000.
Nah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Drake, but I'm not gonna dress up like him, bro.
Damn. So you don't. So basically, you don't like money. That's what you're saying. That's what I'm gathering. $10,000, and you wouldn't dress up like Drake. Wow.
No amount of money in the world, bro.
Good. Because you dark skinned, so it wouldn't work anyway. I mean, I just wanted to see how far you'll take it, man. Hey, as you can see, man, we just rapping, man. Hey, but you know what, man? Shout out to everyone who's on the East Coast. As some of you may know, I'm from Philly, and a lot of my family right now, they snowed in, they in a blizzard. You know, we out here in sunny California, and you know, I hope you guys are staying warm. You know, staying warm. I remember them days. When you get crazy amounts of snow. That was like payday for me when I was a young boy. When I was young, I see the news. Oh, it's gonna be a blizzard. It's gonna be a blizzard, and I'm already got my gear ready for the next day. No school. We walking up and down the street. $10, $20. I forget the cost. $20 will shovel your whole front step. Me and my man Kai, we split it in half and half. So I'm assuming it was $20. We walk away, man. You know, it's funny because $130, $200 over a span of like 2 days, 3 days, that was like, you felt like you was rich. $200, no bills, no phone bills. The only thing you want to do is eat. That's it. You rich at that age. Then, not to mention, if you want, like, listen, like the shoes was even different. Like Air Force Ones used to be like $30, $40. I mean, obviously you wasn't buying it in the snow, but you didn't need nothing. Like we had like growing up, we had like one pair of school shoes and one pair of basketball shoes. That was it. And we had that for a season. So starting the new year, you might got two nice pairs of shoes. Then you had outdoor shoes, you had your indoor shoes. That was it. So that little 200, you ain't even like, oh man, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. There wasn't no social media, so you ain't know what dudes had. You know what I mean? I grew up in Philly. So we were wearing Dickies sets. We was wearing Dickies. Dickies was $40. You got 3 pairs of them. You got 3 sets of them. And we was wearing them multiple times a week. Blue Dickie set worn 2 times, 3 times a week. And no one ever, I know y'all thinking, man, that's dirty. That's dirty. No one ever clowned us. No one ever clowned us. But, man, shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all staying warm, man. Love my East Coast people. I can't relate right now. But, I still love y'all. It's all love. I hope y'all having fun. Quick question, E. Have you ever played rec ball? Like rec ball, what's another word for it? YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, rec center leagues. You ever played?
Yeah, I played park basketball. We're talking about that.
Park basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's ruining the mindsets of basketball players and parents?
I feel like nowadays, yeah, but coming up, it was like that was a place to play at. That's where everybody played at. That's where the good kids would be at. You know what I'm saying?
So you played for me. You played for me when you was a player, right? Mm-hmm. Now my question to you is this: when you right before you played for our team, did you play rec ball or park ball, as you call it?
Yeah, but I was like 5th, 6th grade though.
So you had a big gap.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was. So here's the thing. I believe that rec ball is good, or park ball, whatever you want to call it. I think it's good to a certain extent. I think it's steps. I think it's a decent prerequisite to starting AAU. I think it weeds guys out. I think it's efficient for ages. Out here, they start at 5. So I think it's efficient for 5 to like 10. Nah, that's too long. 5 to like 8, 9. And if you start your kid at 8, I think it's good for 8 to like 10. I think 10 is like your cutoff, though, to be honest. The reason why I say that is it's ruining the mindset is because everyone gets a trophy. So there's no competitive spirit. There's no structure in it. So everyone, like, you only get 1 practice a week. Some of the kids don't even come to that. And then they still come in and play the same amount of minutes as the kids who played, who came to all the practices. That's not realistic. And parents, when they get to the AAU set, or their AAU circuit, I should say, they're like confused. What? We got to practice twice? What? We got to drive over there? We got to do this? What? Yeah, it's travel ball, club ball, AAU. Like it's 3 notches. It should be at least 3 notches higher than your rec team. Then when you look at it, one of my I'm not gonna say pet peeves, but what I will say is one of my things that always stands out to me, or one of the comments that always stands out to me from parents who kids participate in rec ball is, he had 20 points yesterday. He had 25 points. And then he plays travel ball and he's scoring 6, 4. And he's struggling with the ball up the court on the press. The reason being is because the competition level is different. You're playing against kids who might practice once a week, if that. And that's if you're not in a really good league. Don't get me wrong. There's some rec teams in some neighborhoods that's like really competitive, and that's fair, right? But a lot of them, they're playing against a competition that doesn't know what they're doing. They don't practice. So yeah, he had 25. You know why he had 25? Because he's also playing with a club team that actually practiced. So yes, of course. So he's a standout there, but he's not a standout with other club teams. I think it should be a cutoff at like 10. At 10 years old, I think it should be a cutoff. Like, because at that point, right, I think you should, now it depends, right? I think between 8 and 10, you should be trying to figure out, is your kid serious about basketball? Do they want to? Because they start to make up their mind. Sometimes it's influenced through their friends, and then you can kind of see the skills. You can see what they do. Like, are they going outside by themselves and shooting the ball? Are they dribbling a basketball? Are they asking you to go to the park? Are they asking you to play? Are they saying that are they getting upset because they got to miss their games? They got to miss their practice? Then if that's your kid, at 10 years old, you start taking it serious. You should start diving into, all right, let me see how you handle adversity, because there will be adversity as you enter a new market of basketball. And for the parents are also in a confusing spot as well, because it might be a dad that coaches directly YMCA, and he'd be like, "Oh man, we won a championship last year." Did you really win it? You know, like they'll consider themselves coaches. I mean, some of you guys just get the best team and y'all win the game, but y'all don't. It's not like developing. Like, you're not developing a player. You're literally switching teams every season. It's just a league. That's not coaching. Like, you see a kid 1 hour a week. That's not coaching. That's just organizing games. That's just facilitating the roster. It's not really coaching. Like, so when I always get parents who probably, not always, but in my years that I've been coaching, and that's been like 16, 17 years now, I've had two parents in my whole time come to me like, "Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" Or suggest certain things. Obviously, it's always geared to their son or something like that. And then they don't understand the grand scheme of things. They don't understand, like, if, let's say I got a kid that's not as talented as others, and we're playing a team in a tournament, and I know we're going to beat this team that we're playing, but the next game or two are going to be against some tough teams. I'm trying to get the kid that's not going to play a lot to play in this game more than anybody else, because he might not play the next game. But the coach dad coach, whatever you want to call it, all they see is points, points, points. Let's run the score up. So that's when it gets confusing. And they'll look at me like, "You don't know what you're doing. You should be I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm looking at the entire picture. I've had parents, dads, come to me and say, "Hey, my kid." Let me go back. There are times I've had multiple teams of the same age group, but the difference between the multiple team or the teams was one group was with me before the other group. So it wouldn't be fair to the older group to have to wait until the newer group catch up. And I had it organized in a way where I don't have 8 good players on one team. I have 2 or 3 really good players, and 2 good players and 1 that's kind of behind, but he's been with the group, right? The reason why I don't put all the best players in my program on one team is because they don't develop. They don't develop well. Because then what happens to the guys who really can't play? What happens to let's say I put all the good players on one team, if I have 4 point guards, how do they develop their leadership skills if all 4 of them on the same team? If all 4 of them had the basketball, all 4 of them want the ball, how do we develop them at that point? So I've had families come to me and say, "Hey, I want my kid on this team." Or, why are they on this team? My kid is better. It's not about being better. It's about, okay, this kid right here who's kind of behind with the group, he needs the other kid so he can get some shots, so he can develop at least his shot and his confidence. If I put all the players who are still young and still new with no experience all on one team, it can hurt the confidence. There's going to be a lot of games being lost. The games aren't competitive. It's just no fun. Not to mention, keep in mind, we're talking 10. So at that age, you're trying to develop the mindset as much as possible. How to be a leader, how to work as a team, how to play hard, how not to give up. It's easy for you to put all good 10-year-olds on one team and then outskill the other 10-year-old teams and then just jump up and down like, oh, we won the game, we won the tournament. That's easy. But what happens when they reach adversity? Especially when they coming from a rec team. So they start winning games, then they stop coming to practice. Oh, we done won 2 tournaments in a row. It's time to stop coming to practice. It's time to stop. So now they under the impression that they can win without practicing. Then they get to high school, everybody discombobulated. We got to practice 5 days a week. Parents waiting in the parking lot pissed. Damn, I got to be here 5 days a week, man. Yes. That's what it takes to be good. Then I've had parents who come to me and, I try to break it down through my philosophy, right? Winning culture over winning games. And I try to tell them like what I'm trying to accomplish, even in the tougher games. They just had a parent tell me basketball is just basketball. We just got to do what works. Nah, not if doing what works to you means your son turning the ball over 9 times and then that's not going to work. That's not going to work. It doesn't help the team. It doesn't help the team. I've had parents tell me, my kid can dribble. It's a difference between dribbling and being a ball handler. There's a difference. Handles, tween, that's dribbling. Ball handler. I can dribble up the court. I can catch the basketball, square up, pivot, and handle the ball without turning it over. That's a ball handler. Excuse me. Yes, that's a ball handler. You think of Nikola Jokic. You want to be like, oh, he got a crazy handle. But he can push the ball. He can make efficient passes. That's a great ball handler. Magic Johnson. He didn't give you tween, cross. But he can push the ball, make efficient passes. So I think and the reason why I brought this up is just like a disconnect between families and players. And I always want to just give you guys insight on how basketball former players think and what they've been through. Like, I understand a lot of families and dads, and they play high school and then stop. But you got to understand, if you have a coach who played college, played pro, and that doesn't necessarily mean they always can coach. That doesn't mean they're always right. But you got to at least understand there's levels to insight. There's levels to insight. There's levels to the wisdom on the court. Because high school doesn't require you to watch film for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours out of the week. High school doesn't give you exposure to former high-level basketball players and high-level coaches. College does. So when you do have a good coach, you got to honor that coach and understand that everything he says is not right, but it's a reason why you're playing with this coach versus we do this over in rec balls and this is what happens. This is what should be happening here. Nah, not that. If it was that, we wouldn't have AAU. Coaches wouldn't come. Gilbert Arenas. Your boy Gilbert Arenas, man. I like Gil, man. Shout out to Gil, man. He gave me an interview 2 years ago, him and Elijah Arenas. Elijah Arenas back on the court. And I'm happy to see it. I'm really happy to see it. Gilbert Arenas talked about in 1992, the Olympics, no one talked bad about Michael Jordan and the Dream Team. Now, obviously, this was before you were born, right? But let me ask you, since because you're young, did you ever hear people talk bad about Michael Jordan before you got into the media space?
Talk bad about Michael Jordan? Nah, not really, to be honest with you.
Not really.
Nah, not really.
Not really. So you will always hear like the most positive things you can think of, huh?
Yeah. By MJ, yep.
Well, that is true. And it's not because Michael Jordan did no wrong. That's not the case. Michael Jordan inspired millions of people, and I'm part of that group. Obviously, guys like LeBron is part of that group. Wearing number 23. And 23 wasn't popular until Michael Jordan did it. Michael Jordan was the first of his kind. Like, he really changed the way we view basketball. So every praise that he gets, he deserves. Every fan that he has, he deserves. But one of the reasons why you really didn't hear too much negativity when it came to the 90s basketball is because they was in rebranding early on. So 1992 was the early 90s, obviously, but that was right before or right after, what's his name? David Stern. David Stern did a deal for $600 million over 4 years. You think they're going to have people talking bad about the product? You think in a rebranding stage they're going to have people talking bad about the product? It was no, and it's not the fact. It's not like Michael Jordan didn't have bad games. As a hooper, real hooper, former hooper, old hooper, new hooper, young hooper, there were times you had a bad game. Plenty of times if you played a lot. Michael Jordan is no exception. He had bad games. But you're not going to hear about it. Obviously, social media wasn't around, so nobody was going to tweet it. Nobody was going to share it, repost it. Nobody was going to do all that. So it wasn't there. And then you got to also understand this when it comes to the rebranding. They were coming out of a rival era. So as you know, Lakers, Boston Celtics were rivals. But a lot of that rival had to do with race. Boston Celtics had over 9 white American players. The Lakers had, I believe, 8. And right before the 80s, it was almost like crazy to see more than 3 black players on the same team. Like, this is like 78, 79. So David Stern jumps in and he gets bigger deals. So now he got to make the NBA look friendly. So what better way than to do a deal and then make sure we have no negativity? Not to mention some of the gimmicks they had for the players. Why would Larry Johnson need to dress up like a woman? Why would he need to dress up like a woman to sell a shoe? Grandmama? Why would he have to do that? I don't mind it. Get your money, player. But I'm just saying. Shaq, you might say Shaq was a rapper. He was. But he was a very kid-friendly rapper. He didn't cuss. Shaq was in movies where he was a damn genie. He was a genie. Space Jam, 96. Jordan, the Looney Tunes. The Puppets with Anthony Hardaway. These things happen because you had to keep a friendly brand. You had, and remember, basketball wasn't global just yet. It was global, but it was like people didn't think it would work a decade before. They didn't think it would work. David Stern was, you're not talking about the product. You want to interview Michael? Make sure it's all positive stuff. Hey, who you? Your name E? You trying to, didn't I see your report about Charles Barkley and the X, Y, and Z? Nah, don't let him get an interview. That's how it works. That's how it worked. So when you think about how Jordan was perceived and the way people see him now, is because it was almost crazy to talk bad about him. It was almost crazy to challenge who he played against. You didn't hear debates like, yeah, Jordan won, but he never beat Bird. You didn't hear these debates. Jordan was good, but Hakeem Olajuwon got a better record over him, and they almost went like a 7-year stretch where it wasn't winning in Houston. So you didn't hear that. So and I think that's the difference in the legacies. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he got 6 rings. Some people are like, yo, why they don't never talk about? He wasn't media friendly. He wasn't media. He was running around with Muhammad Ali. He was cool with those guys. So you got to understand, the NBA didn't want to get behind that. They didn't want to back that up. Look at Jordan, clean cut brother, bald, no facial hair, no nothing. No nothing. I remember when I was in school and we was doing marketing. This was a marketing class. And they was talking about how a trustworthy face doesn't have hair on it. They was like, look at the presidents. How many times you see the presidents with a goatee? You never see a president with a goatee. You never see a president with a beard. Imagine your president letting his beard hang. They like, nah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't media. There wasn't no media around Abraham Lincoln.
Good point.
Right. So a clean face. Shit, I don't even remember when Jordan started losing hair. I don't even remember when Jordan started losing hair. Like, when did Jordan ain't never had like the convertible top. You ain't never see the hair with the convertible top. You start to see LeBron, his shit was leaving. Jordan just, one day he was hooping with hair, next day bald. Bald, no face. I never even seen Jordan with a mustache, nothing. But that's what is all part of the marketing scheme. Same thing with Shaq. Shaq was like 22, bald. How? A fresh baldy at 22? Like, what you doing, Shaq? Shaq went from the Gumby, bald. Shaq would grow his hair for music and then play bald. I'm telling you, you wasn't seeing none of this stuff. The outlier of the 90s that shook up everything, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson shook up everything. He changed a lot when it comes to the culture of basketball. He would come in, white tee, homies, everybody, bang, let's roll. David Stern said, nah, y'all gotta put some suits on. Come dressed to impress. So Gil right. You wasn't hearing nothing about Jordan, bro. You wasn't hearing nothing about Jordan. But speaking of the Bulls, Derrick Rose retirement. They retired his jersey. I'm glad they retired his jersey. I think that's very honorable of the Bulls. I mean, he played 15 seasons. Not all of them was with the Bulls, but he was the youngest MVP at 22 years old, 2010, 2011. He averaged 25 and 7. And listen, man, I watched Derrick Rose's journey from the mixtapes, 2008. When I tell you, he was like the first. Like, I know Baron Davis was in the league when it comes to explosive guards, but I think it's safe to say Derrick Rose bounce was a little different. His moves was a little different. So he was like the first guy I saw, like when I first, like the first person I can remember or going on YouTube. Like who's Derrick Rose? That was the first guy. And then it followed up with a few other guys, and we'll get to that in a second. But he went to Memphis, had me locked in with every time Memphis played, because I'm a big John Calipari fan. He led the Memphis Tigers a 38-2 record. 38-2 record, lost in the championship to the Kansas Jayhawks. And I think he deserved it. I think Derrick Rose deserved his number to be retired. That number 1 was off limits. Some people say statue. I don't. I think if it's a hometown hero thing, yeah, give him a statue. If it's a contribution thing, stat-wise and legacy-wise, nah. Not to the Bulls. Like, he didn't play the whole time there. He wasn't there the whole time. He had his best years there, but after that, y'all treat him like yesterday's paper and threw him out. You know what I'm saying? E, how you feel about Derrick Rose, bro? Are you a big Derrick Rose fan? In fact, where were you in 2008? How old were you? Let the public know. 2008.
I think
that was 12 years ago.
12 years ago. I think I was 8.
No. No, dang, that wasn't no damn 12 years ago. I'm tweaking. That was 22 years ago. Always.
I was 8 years old in 2008.
No. You was 8 years old?
Yeah.
8 years old?
I was in elementary school. So I was.
Is that 22 years? No, that's 18. That's 18 years. My bad. That's 18 years. That's 18 years ago. And you would say what?
Yeah, I was in elementary school.
Elementary school. Did you know anything about Derrick Rose?
No, I wasn't watching basketball like that.
Another casual. But yeah, I mean, it was a time. It was a time, man. That's when like the new era started coming in. The new mixtape era was wild. Speaking of the mixtape, we got the best mixtape. Like the guys who had the best mixtape I've seen. The first one is Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is up there. He was one of the first guards I was watching. Like, yo, this dude got bounce. He can shoot. He can get to the bat. Obviously, shooting is in high school versus NBA is different, so it looks a little different. Then it was Tyrese Evans. Tyrese Evans was there. Oh, shoot, you know what? I'm capping. I just realized something. Tyrese Evans was there. Derrick Rose was there. They was the first guys on the mixtapes that was like 6'3" or 6'3", 6'4", and up that can dribble the ball, dunk, do all the things that guys are doing in the league. But one of the best mixtapes I seen, and this is when I was in college as well, Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings was cold, and he would put on a show. Brandon Jennings would start dancing, and he getting the crowd moving. He was pulling up from half court on a pull-up, dribble down, pull up, lefty, cocking it back to the air, releasing. He was tough. Derrick Rose, Austin Rivers. I had to go back and watch Austin Rivers because I interviewed a few guys from Florida, and they was like, yo, Austin Rivers was wild, bro. He was cooking dudes. Austin Rivers is there. Now, this came recommended, and I had to go look at it. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball was there, and here's why LaMelo Ball, to me, his mixtape is high. LaMelo Ball we got a chance to see him play from freshman to now. So we got a chance to see the growth, the height, all that stuff happen right in front of us. And he played the same way the entire time. He played the same way now. At some point, when Derrick Rose injured himself, Tyrese Evans came in the league, Austin Rivers, they had to relax. They had to chill. Not so much Brandon Jennings, but LaMelo, he still played the same way. I don't know if he's going to win too many championships, but he still played the same way. Then I'm gonna go Zion Williamson. Zion was different too. Like, I understand that, like, looking at Zion on a mixtape, I understand the excitement for him every single year. Yo, they got Zion, he gonna cook. Injured. He only played about. I was watching the game last night. And I believe he only played 41 to 46% of his games since he's been in the league. He had 1 year where he played like 72 games or 70 games, I believe. But I understand it. You're just hoping to get that mixtape Zion. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, you gotta go look at Ben Simmons' mixtape. You gotta look at that and realize that's somebody 6'10". He dribbling through smaller guards, everything. Now, the only thing I don't like about Ben Simmons and Zion Williamson mixtape is their competition. Like some of the stuff that Zion was doing was just utterly disrespectful. Like, I mean, the kids that was out there, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was the way what he was doing, they look like kids. Like, they look like kids, bro. Like, leave them kids alone. I was about to report it. Some level of child abuse. It had to be some level of child abuse when Zion was out there. Jalen Green. I like Jalen Green, bro. I like Jalen Green. I still got faith in the kid, man. I like him. I like this. I want to see what he do with the Suns, but he play the same way too. And then he's smooth and he quick. I like smooth, quick players. Smooth and quick. Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. was also disrespectful. He did something where he stutter step and just pull up into a three right into his mid. He a bucket. Huh? Tough. He was tough. You talking about somebody 6'10". 6'10", bro. And then last but not least, Drew Holiday. I should have put Drew Holiday up there with Brandon Jennings and Austin Rivers. If y'all see this on Instagram, the order going to be a little different. But I should have put that up there with them. Drew Holiday was a dog. He was doing stuff. He was passing, dunking. Like, he deserved all the flowers. I say Drew Holiday, probably the only one on this list who's a Hall of Famer. You think Derrick Rose is going to be a Hall of Famer? Not first ballot. If he is, he might be the only MVP in history that don't go Hall of Fame. I mean, he averaged 17 points. Then not on those significant winning teams. So.
You got Zion. You don't think Zion has the potential to be a Hall of Famer? It's still early in his career.
Everybody got a potential.
Yeah.
Everybody got a potential. You know what I mean?
You ever see OJ Mayo in high school? You ever see his high school highlights?
OJ Mayo was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, OJ Mayo. I forgot about him. OJ Mayo might have to go in here too. I might have to remove OJ Mayo. OJ Mayo was tough. Man, let's get into some NBA, man. E, you said you're a fan of the Clippers, right? You a Clipper fan?
Come on, bro.
I mean, just keep it real, bro. It's just me and you in here, bro.
I ain't no Clippers fan, bro.
Why you not?
Laker Nation, bro.
All right, so my East Coast people, if you haven't had a chance to live in LA, go to LA. It's like a weird rival thing that goes on over here. They take this separation and segregation very, very serious. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just not gonna say that. They don't like the Clippers though. Like, they don't. Let me ask you this, E. You like the Lakers. The Lakers, what's the difference between the Lakers and the Clippers for you?
So you know how you was in high school? They had a JV and varsity?
Right.
The Lakers are JV. The Lakers are varsity, Clippers are JV.
Okay. All right. Now, what type of fans like the Clippers? Like, what type of people? Like, is it your working class people? Is it the Hollywood people?
I want to say it's working class people. People that are anti-Hollywood, anti-Showtime, anti the glitz and glams of LA. They tend. I feel like they tend to like the Clippers more because Clippers they're meant to be like a grit and grime type of team. You see the logos. The logo's kind of like graffiti like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
You mean cursive?
Cursive, but not cursive. But I'm saying the way it's written out. You feel me? It's like graffiti. It's like supposed to be like kind of gritty a little bit. Like the new Clippers, the new style of Clippers. You know
the new style. I mean, I guess. I mean, you might have got a cursive mixed up, but anywho, I mean, it's a silly beef, but the Clippers is making a comeback. I'll tell you that. They started the season off bad. Right now, they 15. They won the last 15 games out of 18. And before, when they was 6-21, you was calling them Unk Nation. What happened to Unk Nation? Huh?
I mean, it's still Unk Nation though.
No. Mm-hmm. Look, they got the best old heads. They got some of the best old heads in the league. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden.
They gonna win regular season games. That's gonna be cool.
They on a 6-game winning streak right now.
We'll see them in the playoffs though. We'll see come playoff time.
Dog, they got an NBA champion in Kawhi Leonard on his team. Bro. If he stays healthy, right now he's averaging 28 points a game.
That's a big if though. That's a big if.
Right? It's looking good for him. He done played 32 out of the last 45 games. Yeah.
It is okay.
This is looking different now, ain't it? It's looking different. So you only missed about 13 games this year. Mm-hmm. Only missed about 13 games this year. And then the Clippers are 4-9 without him. So they're going to need him. But they got James Harden averaging 25 and 8. And he's played 42 games this year.
They got some balls on the team. I'm not denying the talent.
But see, here's the thing. They back in that mode again. Listen, I'm always rooting for the Clippers secretly. I mean, I don't got no dog in a fight. If anybody know me, they know I'm not the biggest organization fan. Like I don't want to get on into politics and all that stuff, but I'm not a big organization fan. I'm a players fan because the players make the organization.
See, I understand why. Because you from Philly, you feel me? In Philly, they haven't had a winning culture since.
Okay.
At least the Sixers. At least I'm talking about basketball. The Sixers haven't been winning. I don't know. Like, when's the last time they've been in had a good winning
Sixers?
stretch? Yeah.
2001.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. I feel you. Just come to LA. You live in LA now.
No. I mean, you're right. You're definitely right. But it ain't that though. It is not that. Listen, I'll be real with you. This is gonna be quick story. So I was a big fan of the Sixers. I'm still rooting for the Sixers. I'm still rooting for the home team no matter what. I was a big fan of the Sixers when they had Pat Croce as a GM and Allen Iverson as a player. They got rid of both of them. I was like, oh no. And there's no disrespect to Andre Iguodala, but then it was like, oh yeah, they was trying to hype it up like this is the new AI, huh? What? What are we doing? I couldn't rock with it after that, man. I couldn't rock with it. I was heartbroken as a kid. I never looked back, and I realized, you know what? If I just like the player. And I just go where they go. I don't gotta be so like, dog. Think about it. If you a diehard Sixers fan, you had to go through the trust process. They've been had 2 MVPs since 2001. Joel Embiid. We done gave away some tough guys. I mean, off the top of the dome, I'm thinking Drew Holiday, Bobby Porter Jr. We had a rookie. I forget his name. I think it's Michael something. But y'all tell me in the comments. We had some good players, bro. We had some good players over the years, and we just let them go. We missed draft picks. We always aiming for a big man. I don't know why. Philly not even a big man city. We a guard city. So yeah, I just really don't. I don't rock with the organizations, bro. I don't rock with these organizations. But if I had to pick a team on the if I was in LA, I would go with the Clippers because I don't like going where everybody else go.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I don't like going where everybody else go.
And that's
I was a Laker hater though.
That's what I'm saying. That's a Miko of a Clipper fan right here, bro.
Yeah. I'll be a Clippers fan.
That's crazy, bro.
I was hoping when they had Chris Paul and all that, I was hoping they win. But I was a Laker hater back in the day.
Because we was winning?
Yeah. Like when y'all was on y'all three-peat, I was like, somebody gotta win, bro. Somebody else gotta win. When I'll never forget watching the Detroit Pistons win that championship. I was over. As the details is not important where I was at, but I remember watching that game. And I was like so excited. I wasn't drinking back then or nothing. I was still a kid, but I was. I mean, I could have took a shot of some milk or something, bro. Like it was a shot of lemonade or something, man. I was happy to see y'all lose. Yeah. And I was always a Kobe fan. Until they played Allen Iverson, right? So when Kobe was having trouble with Tayshaun Prince, having trouble with the Detroit Pistons defense, I was excited about that. I was excited. I was a Laker hater. I'm not a Laker hater no more. I'm not a Laker hater no more, bro. But the Clippers played last night. They rocked. And for all you guys who don't know, rocked means beat. Beat, won by a lot. They rocked the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, 126-89. That's just embarrassing. Only one person on the team scored over 12 points, and that was Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf came off the bench for them, and he even shot 3 for 13. I mean, the shooting percentage was atrocious for the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets shot 34% from the field and 21% from the three. They shot 43 threes and made 9 of them. Terrible. Michael Porter Jr. only played 22 minutes and had 9 points. And it's just, you know what it is, though? It was, if I'm looking at the Brooklyn Nets right now, right? The Brooklyn Nets, they're not a good team already, as it is. But when you have teams that's not that good, around this time of year they start to break, they start to fold because at this point they didn't play 40-something games. They starting to fold them legs. Those young guys on the team, they like, oh shoot, whew, God damn, 82 games, we got 40 more of these. The traveling, it hurts the body, all that stuff, man. Back-to-back games, it cooks them. Kawhi Leonard had 28 last night, right at his average, 28 points. 28 points. He was 2 for 7 for 3, 9 for 17. So he shot pretty good. Shot pretty good last night. And he had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. James Harden followed him up with 19 points. 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. And John Collins, I think John Collins is an X factor for this team. John Collins can give you 18 one night and give you 25 another night, and then may give you 10 the night after that. It really just depends on how he's feeling and what the defense give him. But he always gonna come out and perform. He averaged about 13 points. This season, 4 rebounds. He's a stretch 4. I like his game. I like who he is for the Clippers. But nonetheless,
you see that one play with Cam Thomas where he had a grenade and he just passed the ball to save his shooting percentage, field goal percentage. Oh
no, I didn't see that one. I told you I only watch the Clipper games, Laker games if I'm out. I refuse to pay for another streaming site unless they come on ESPN. I'm not paying another streaming site.
Well, it was a clip out. So I don't want to ask you as a coach, what you doing if you have a player on the court who decides to pass the ball when shot clocks are running down to save their shooting percentage instead of shooting the ball? Is that something you take? He got taken out for that right after. Is that something that you would take out a play for?
Yeah, you gotta take him out.
Yeah,
man. Like, you know, and it's sad. I always start our shows off with the youth ball stuff, the AAU stuff. But it's sad, man. Like, people look at that as like a joke. Like, they look at it like, what? He's tripping. They're down 40. Like, who cares, bro? Like, just who? Like, you worry about your stats. Like, that was never a thing either. Like when we was young, you get your head knocked off if you go ahead and reach for that stat sheet. You reach for that stat sheet at the end of the game, bro. You bugging. You might have a whole team running doing some goofy shit like that. Your boy Jason Tatum. I watched Jason Tatum. He's getting back in the flow of things. I saw a clip where he's kind of working out. He's training. He's doing what he needs to do. And guess what, man? He's looking good. Did you see that clip, E?
Yeah, I saw that clip of him working out.
Okay. Do you think it'll be wise for Jason Tatum to come back this year?
If he's healthy and feeling good, then yeah, because he's still the Clippers Celtics are second in the East.
Right.
He still could be an asset, at least defensively, if he's still agile. He's still tall. I don't know, offensively, I don't know what they're gonna give him or what he's gonna like give the Celtics, because he's still gotta get back in the groove and stuff like that, get acclimated. But I feel like he could still be more of a beneficiary than a negative if he comes back. You feel me?
Got you. I feel you. I think he should come back. I mean, they scratching the surface with Anthony Davis being traded over there too. They looking.
But I don't like the AD trade though. He's never healthy, bro.
He don't got to be. See, that's the thing I keep trying to tell y'all. Sometimes players don't play well when at certain ages when they're the vocal point of the offense. He's just not that player no more. He got his name, but he's not AD from New Orleans. He's not AD in a bubble. He's not that guy anymore.
But if you see that last injury he got, he was just playing defense. Someone bumped him, and now he's out. Like, he doesn't have to be the main player for little knick-knack injuries like that to happen. And if that keeps on happening, it's like, we trade for you. Now you're not never on the court. You realize, it's like...
So you're saying it'd be another Porzingis situation?
Yeah. Yeah, you feel me?
Could be. I mean, I don't really like to go crazy on the players for injuries. I like to assume they are really injured.
I'm assuming he's injured, and that's the thing. I agree that he's injured as well.
Okay.
But if you're never on the court, why should we trade for you if you're never on the court?
I agree.
That's how I feel about it.
I mean, I think. I mean, if you could just catch him with his spurts, like if he give you about 25 games at the end of the season plus playoffs, that's good enough. 25 games early in the season, 25 games at the end of the season with plus playoffs.
You willing to take a bet on that?
I mean, who you lose? You lose Derek White? I'll lose Derek White and take that risk.
How about Anthony Simons? Anthony Simons and
I don't think they let go of Anthony Simons.
So who you think they're willing to let go of for AD? Derek White or Anthony Simons? Derek White's been there for a minute. He's known the system. Anthony Simons, guard coming off the bench, new there.
I would say. I mean, I don't know the contract situation, but if I was in this if I was the GM, I guess Anthony Simons would make the most sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't know how much sense he would make to the Dallas Mavericks. That's why I went for Derek White. Mm-hmm. Derek White would make some sense.
Yeah, for the Mavs.
Yeah, it would make some sense. Mm-hmm. But not your other guy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think Jason Tatum should come back right now. The Boston Celtics is number 2 in the East. They're number 2 in the East. Jaylen Brown's averaging 29.6 rebounds. I said this before. I think it's time to start flirting with the idea, just the idea of Jaylen Brown being considered as an MVP. MVP. I'm just saying, number 2. No Jason Tatum. Remember, it's Robin one, all that. Oh, look, he got his die on me. Not again. All that. Oh, he's streaming. He ain't focused. Now look at him. 29 points a game. Damn near 30. Damn near 30. Winning. I like him. I like him, man. Let's get to another game. Get to another game, good brother. Before we get to another game, if you're looking for new merch, you see this high quality hoodie I'm wearing, right? And then you want a positive person. You just want to keep your mind right. And anything negative that hits you, you still think positive. Because you brainwashed to think elite. Brainwashed to think elite. Make sure y'all go to goalsactivewear.com. And I got another trick for you. Not another trick. Another treat for you. If you type in Real Hoopers at checkout, you get 30% off. Real Hoopers at checkout, 30% off. You cold right now, get warm, and one of our Score Society Brainwash Think Elite hoodies. You a West Coast guy. So I'll just try to pick your brain for my audience here. Would you move to Sacramento? Would you move to Sac?
Nah, I would have moved to Sac.
Listen, I've never been to Sac, but I heard Sacramento is like New Jersey. Like New Jersey is like the armpit of the East. Sacramento is like the armpit of the West. Have you ever been?
No, I never been to Sac though.
Okay. Now, Sacramento Kings right now is 12-35. That's what I said. They've been losing for a while. I mean, I think last time they had a really good year is 2020, 21?
Yeah.
2021. But they haven't, but historically, outside of the Chris Webber, Mike Bibby era, been a losing team, man. And last night they lost to the Detroit Pistons. I'm talking about the ass, 139-116. Right? No one on their team scored 20 points. My guy Malik Monk, for some odd reason, is coming off the bench. He had 19 points last night. 19 points and 2 assists. Right? Domantas Sabonis. He's supposed to be traded. Who was they looking to trade him for?
Detroit. I thought he was supposed to go to Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot. They got a first look at him. He had 12 points last night. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. DeMar DeRozan. I feel bad for DeMar DeRozan, bro.
Feel bad for him.
Well, you got to look at it, right? Here's a guy who averaged 27 points in the NBA at one point. You know what I mean? Then he got bounced to the Spurs for whatever reason. Then he went to the Bulls, was hooping. Then he go to Sacramento.
But wasn't it that was his choice to go to Sacramento, wasn't it?
I mean, shoot. I don't know what he was choosing.
Yeah.
I don't know why he chose that.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Like, what you doing? The coaches down there like revolving doors. Out with the old, in with the new. Sheesh. And look, on paper, it looked like they got at least a veteran team. But Russell Westbrook, 13 points. Schroeder had 15 points, 7 rebounds. Schroeder had 7 turnovers off the bench. That would drive me nuts as a coach. Off the bench? You on the bench? You coming off you played 25 minutes and you had 7 of them things? 7 turnovers? Come on, bro. Ain't my. That's not what we getting into, bro. That's not what we getting into. Man, listen, you know it's bad when games get postponed. Denver, Memphis, too cold, chilly, postponed. Dallas, Milwaukee, too cold, postponed. Have you ever been to Miami?
Nah, I never been to Miami.
Ooh.
Never been, bro.
Damn. What a time to be alive. Miami is a vibe, bro. I couldn't live there. I'm not interested in the outskirts. I'm not interested in Florida weather. But you know what? When I get my first break, when I get like a break, I want to go to Miami, man.
Yeah.
Miami's a beautiful city. Beautiful city. So much to do, man. So much to do. Beautiful women. Great food. We gotta get you out there, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta get you out there. They beat the Miami Heat. When I say they, I mean Miami Heat. They won last night, 111 to 102. They beat Phoenix. Miami Heat right now is 25 and 22. They missing a lot of Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero hasn't been playing much this season. But you know who having a good season? Norman Powell, who had 16 points last night and 10 rebounds. Norman Powell, I mean, here's a guy who went all 4 years to college, came in the NBA, did well for himself. One of his breakout years, they blew the team up, went to the Clippers, played a role till it was his time. Then came over to Miami, and he's showing the why it's his time. Norman Powell this year, he averages 23 points a game, leading this Miami Heat team to a winning record. It ain't the best winning record, but it's a winning record. And I think that's honorable. I think that's good. I mean, Bam Adebayo had 22 points last night with 7 rebounds. I want to see more rebounds out of Bam. I want to see more. You must be standing on the perimeter again. Get your butt down there and go get us a rebound. Andrew Wiggins had a double-double last night, 10 points, 10 rebounds. I ain't mad at it. Dylan Brooks played 36 minutes, 26 points. Grayson Allen had 18 points. They was missing Devin Booker. Devin Booker is out with a ankle injury. He's out with an ankle injury. Jalen Green, he out with kid. No, I'm joking. Jalen Green needs to get back in that lineup, man. I actually like that team. I like the three-headed monster if they can make it work. Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker, and Jalen Green. I think they can be a pretty good team, but nonetheless, they wasn't good enough last night. Their record goes to 27 and 19. So they're not in a bad situation. They just had a bad night. Let's call it what it is. All right. Another question for you. Do you remember when you said the OKC was going to lose another game?
Nah, I never said that, bro.
Hey, man, listen, brother. They losing out here, brother. They lost last night to the Raptors, 103 to 101. Mm-hmm. I watched a little bit of that game. I didn't like the way SGA walked off the court.
After the loss?
Yeah, after the loss.
Did it come down to the last shot?
It didn't come down to the last shot. No, that shot, 103 is not at the best reflection.
Okay.
It didn't come off from the last shot. But SGA just stormed off. Yeah. He ain't shake nobody's hand, say nothing. He was upset. Mm-hmm. They wasn't giving him the usual calls. Scotty Barnes had 10 points, 8. I like his game. I just don't like the inconsistency with Scotty Barnes. He doesn't keeps the same energy every day. He doesn't say the same. He's not the same player every day. Emmanuel quickly led the way with 23 points. And they just was locking in, man. They just playing defense, holding OKC to 101 points. They just locking in. They just locked in, man. OKC, Jalen Williams, he only played 21 minutes. He got injured at some point, because I know at the end of the game I saw him in there with street clothes. So he had 5 points. SGA had 24 points. And he only shot 11 times. So like I said, they was playing defense last night. 24 points, 6 assists, 2 turnovers. It's not bad. Lou Dort had 19 points. But again, it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough for those guys. And, back to the drawing board for him, man. My man E said that he was going to win every game this year, and here we are. To make excuses for him now. Unbelievable. Now, E.
Yep.
I know you've been here before. New Orleans.
Nah, I never been to New Orleans.
Or is it New Orleans?
I go New Orleans. Yeah.
I say New Orleans.
I do want to stop by though. Looks like a
I
vibe.
want to too. This might, you know what? I realized I'm at status when I said I want to go to the Essence Fest.
That was our status. SS Fest. I thought SS Fest was for
older people. It's like Essence Fest is for like artists that's no longer popular.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking
It's
of
like
Mardi Gras.
old. It's like old. You think of Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Dog. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. 40 years old. I'm at Mardi Gras. I got a neck full of beads for no reason. Come on, bro. That's not my body. I'm not that type of person. But I remember that's how I was introduced to New Orleans, though. No, Mardi Gras. I remember it was like a special. It was like a VHS. It was a VHS. They were selling tapes. They were selling tapes where people record at Mardi Gras. I was trying to listen. This is when I was young. I didn't know how to do this. I was trying to get my mom purse, but my mom would kill me if I steal from her. So I never got it. But it was interesting to see. But back to basketball. New Orleans won last night 104-95 against the Spurs. Spurs record goes to 31-15. The Pelicans not going anywhere at 12-36, but hey, you won. Be grateful. Be grateful. Zion Williamson, he had a nasty dunk, bro. He had some, I was like, he different. He had 24 and 10 last night. He played his ass off. It seems like he get up for the Spurs, pause. He definitely gets excited about playing against those guys. Because last time he played him, he dunked on Wemby.
Yeah.
So and then you look at the game, he's trying to go at him the whole time.
Every time, yep. I think that Wemby matchup, bro.
But say what?
That Wemby matchup.
Oh yeah, he love that shit. Mm-hmm. Sadiq Bey had 24 and 10 rebounds. Who else? Where my dog at? Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy had 17 points. But Trey Murphy, his points, I mean, he was shooting that thing a lot. He was missing a lot. But no. But he was trying to go to work though. He had a step back. He had a step back three to push him further ahead. And the fourth, he was trying to go to work. I like his game. The Spurs, on the other hand, didn't do their best job. They didn't have anyone over 20 points. Now, this is where I'm saying Wemby has 16 points. He led the league. He led the team for them. He has 16 points, 16 rebounds. Now, here's the thing about Wemby. I'm a big Wemby fan. Everybody knows this. But it's going to be hard to argue your legacy later on if you keep playing like this. You got to step it up. You got to be a dog. But it's tough for 7'5" guys, bro. 7'5", that's hard, bro.
Why you say that? What makes it hard for them?
They're not the fastest. They long and lanky. It's just easy to clamp down on them. Like, you know what I mean? You get lower than them. You can stay stronger than them. He's not the strongest guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not dominating in the physical point, so he really just beating guys off of pure skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's tough for him, man. But nonetheless, New Orleans got one. He snuck one in there. I know you've been to the Bay Area.
Nah, I never been to the Bay.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Never been, bro.
You live under a rock? What you trying to get into, bro? Dang. I thought you was gonna be like, yeah, go dumb. I thought you was gonna be, yeah. I used to live out in the Bay. I used to live out in the Bay when I went to school, man. And I love the Bay, bro. The Bay made me realize I wasn't living my life right.
No, for real?
Yeah, when I was in Philly, you in that concrete jungle. Well, I didn't live in the craziest part of Philly, but definitely uptown. But still, you still got some friction in there on a daily basis, and maybe not as much as North, but that's another story for another day. Moving to the Bay Area made me realize there's a lot more to life. A lot more to life, man. It was the first time I could walk up the street and not have to look behind me. It was the first time I was just more relaxed. I was calm, bro. It was a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Bay Area Golden State Warriors won last night, 111-85 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Steph Curry, 26 points. 26 points. Moses Moody, he had 19 points. 19 points. Brandon Podzinski had 12 points. They was playing D last night though. They was locked in. They was locked in because they held the Timberwolves to 85 points. They held them to 85 points. Obviously, your boy Anthony Edwards going to give you 32 points. But everybody else, it was light. It was light. They let Anthony Edwards get off. Dante DiVincenzo, is I saying that right? DiVincenzo. He had 22 points. But the reality of it is when he was playing, he talking back and forth to the bench. He hitting threes in front of their face, but he down. I'm like, bro, what you doing? Like, you down, bro. Like, you hustling back on defense. That's the issue.
He used to play for Golden State, so it might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be some animosity.
Yeah, well, you gotta show it in the win column. This is the pros. This is the big dogs.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
That's the big dogs. Julius Randle had 11 points. 11 points. He was 3 for 11, so he had to take 11 shots to get it. Listen, they was playing good defense. But that's all the games for last night, man. That's all the games for last night. Shoot, we got a couple games. We got a few games tonight. The 2 games already ended. I haven't looked at the stats, but 2 games already ended. The 76ers versus Charlotte. I'll take a peek at the stats and see how it works. What is this?
Damn, your Sixers going through it, bro.
Damn, what's going on, VJ? Tyrese, 6 points? 9 points? What you guys doing down there?
Yeah, they going through it today, bro.
Ooh, ugly.
No Embiid.
No Embiid? Oh, no Embiid. But then again, LaMelo Ball didn't do nothing even. What was it? It seemed like a game for the YNs. Brandon Miller had 30 points. I like his game too. Go back to this. Nice, to be honest. So you got Golden State versus Minnesota later on tonight again. Houston versus Memphis. I'm going to go with Houston. Lakers versus Chicago.
Come on, bro.
I might go to Lakers.
Yeah, LA all the way, bro. Every game they play, I'm picking LA.
Where are they, though?
They still up there in the standings. You talking about in the standings?
No, they away. I'm going to go with the Bulls.
Come on, bro.
I'm going to go with the Bulls.
You hating, bro.
I'm going to go with the Bulls, bro. They'll be all right. Bulls. Boston Celtics versus the Blazers. Boston Celtics, I'm going to go with them. Mm-hmm. Cleveland versus Orlando. Cleveland.
You going Cleveland?
Yeah. Mm-mm. And Indiana versus Atlanta. Well, they already played. Atlanta won 132-116. But nonetheless, there you have it. Another show. Another amazing show. Another Real Hooper show. It was hard for you to follow. Most likely you're not a real hooper. And that's okay. You come back Wednesday, and we can try it again. Try it again as much as, I'm only going to talk what real hoopers talk about. And when I say real hoopers, it doesn't necessarily mean I still play basketball or you still play basketball. It's just people who understand different perspectives and want to listen about want to listen to other people's perspective about basketball without always feeling like they're right. So that's what real hoopers do. They understand, they get it. And the same thing on the court. Real hoopers can adjust. Real hoopers can figure out what lane they should be in and work from there. But until next time, make sure you guys think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.